What's going on, everybody? You're tuning to another episode of Whiskey Business. My name is Jesse, and if you're new, thanks for stopping by and welcome to the channel. The premise of this channel is to showcase all the different whiskeys that LCBO has to offer. So if you are locked to the LCBO chain because you live in Ontario like myself, maybe you'll find some sort of use for my content and kind of base your purchases on my overall ratings of these whiskeys. If you have a similar palate, I think it could definitely help you out. And you know, I like to really be honest when I review these products, because I know there's not many channels out there that are predominantly focused on the LCBO and whether or not a whiskey is worth buying based on LCBO price and availability. So if you do go on to enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe if you want to see more of this type of content. Hit the bell notification button if you want to stay up to date with all my latest posts. I post every Sunday, and as well you can follow my Instagram over here where I like to post my LCBO pickups, and I post every time I post over here on YouTube. So with all that out of the way, let's get into today's Decapitation. Welcome back. Today we got a special one. It's a little bit allocated, okay? I'm not gonna lie. I waited for the drop. I got two products. We're only reviewing one of them today. Weller Antique 107, as well as I got the Weller Special Reserve. Now, this is wheated bourbon, if you didn't know. So I'm a big fan of wheated bourbons. I like Maker's Mark. I haven't had that many. I've had Larceny, had Maker's 46, which you've probably seen in the last video. That was phenomenal. But we're going to see how the Weller 107 stacks up to the Maker's, and hopefully it's better. I mean, it is cheaper from what I remember, but it is very hard to get, so we'll see. Anyways, without further ado, let's crack this baby open. Got our little gold Weller seal, and it says same thing on the top, the W. Not a very exciting cork pop. Looks like a real cork. It's always nice, but they don't last as long, like I've said before. So if you plan on leaving the bottle around for a while, maybe don't, or put a synthetic cork in it, honestly. Yes, this is coming in at $64.95. So it is actually a little bit more than the Maker's 46, but hopefully it delivers, you know? I mean, super hard to get. I've heard a lot of people say that it's not as good as people make it out to be. I heard that about the Blantons too, which I have not done a review of yet, but I've drank quite a bit of it. It's alright. I mean, I feel like it's definitely overhyped, but this is Weller Antique 107, coming in at 107 proof, or 53.5% alcohol by volume. Claims to be the original wheated bourbon. A true whiskey pioneer, W.L. Weller is credited by many for being the first to produce Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey using wheat instead of rye in his mash bill. William LaRue Weller's wheated bourbon became so popular that Weller has forced to put a green thumbprint on barrels to ensure the customers were receiving the real deal. This 107 proof bourbon whiskey tastes sweet yet bold with unusual floral notes and hints of vanilla in reverence to the legacy of William LaRue Weller. So this is a Buffalo Trace product, believed to be aged 6 to 7 years. in virgin American white oak barrels. So, on the nose, I'm getting dark berries, blackberry, raspberry, not blueberry. Well, maybe a faint little bit of blueberry, almost like elderberry. Elderberry, blackberry, raspberry, most predominant, and then just like dipped in some vanilla caramel syrup, not maple syrup, just like vanilla caramel in a syrup form. If you dipped some fruit or drizzled it on the fruit, maybe not dipped, drizzled. Some oak, lots of cinnamon. Almost like anise seed. Maybe like black licorice, actually, not anise seed. They're similar. Yeah, I'd say black licorice. Not like super strong black licorice, but it's there. It's not like the bullet rye, if you've ever had that. But it's nice. It's definitely complex on the nose. It's very nice, interesting nose. Not like the Makers. Makers a lot more traditional bourbon, sweet notes, but this is also very nice. All right, without further ado, cheers. Yeah, that's packing a punch for sure. Wow. It's oily, really coats the mouth, makes you salivate, super sweet. It's cinnamon, cherry, slight little bit of that tart raspberry. Some caramel drizzled oak. Just very fruity and dark fruits at that, but sweet, oily, just very enjoyable, honestly. I mean, this is rich. This is a rich bourbon for sure. I think it's living up to the hype a little bit, honestly. For the price, it's a pretty good deal, honestly. $65, $95. If it was more readily available, that'd be amazing. But, you know, it's a Buffalo Trace product, and we're in Canada, so Ontario at that. The finish is very warm. Cinnamon, a nice sweet wheat, and caramel. Warm caramel, definitely. A little bit of like tobacco, sweet fresh tobacco though. Some vanilla in there. I'd say it's like medium length. Medium to long, but more on the medium side. Very nice finish. Yeah, this is a really good bourbon. If you can get your hands on it, definitely check out the Weller 107. Let's go ahead and rate this. I think the nose is very interesting and very delectable. So the nose is going to get an 88. The palate is going to get an 88 as well. And the finish is... could have a little bit more depth, but what it does have, it is all super enjoyable, approachable flavors into the finish. So, and it did linger quite a bit. It gives you a nice Kentucky hug. I'm gonna have to say, finish is around 80. So overall, is gonna get an 85.3 for the Weller 107. Super nice. If you can find it, definitely pick it up. I wouldn't say go to your way for it, but it's very nice, and I think it deserves a spot on anybody's shelf. If you do or have tried any Weller products. Let me know what your favorite one is down below, and do you think it's worth the hype, or do you think it's all just Buffalo Trace hype, like everything else, Blanton's, Eagle Rare? I hear a lot of people say it's really not that good, but this, I like this. I like this a lot. I like it better than I like the Blanton's, and the Blanton's was more expensive, so let me know what you think down below. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like. Follow me on my Instagram to stay up to date with all my most recent posts on here and there, and see my most recent pickups from the LCBO, and I try to post when there's sales and stuff like that. Subscribe if you enjoyed and want to see more, and I hope everyone's having a good holiday season. This has been Whiskey Business, and I'm out, guys. Cheers.